So the study you did, John, it surveys, I think, 1,700 people. This talks about the possibility of a no-deal Brexit, right, for one day. And there are other scenarios, 2 to 3 weeks, for example.
Yeah, so this is the 5th survey that we've done since Britain voted to leave the European Union, voted to Brexit. And in this survey, we asked specifically 1,750 supply chain managers, what would be the implication of a day one no deal? 10% of them came back and said that if the transportation of their exports was delayed by 24 hours, that would lead to their contracts being cancelled. 20% of those supply chain managers said that they'd have penalties imposed upon them, or they expected their clients to ask for discounts. And 25% of supply chain managers said that they expected payment terms to be extended, and obviously the cash cycle and their liquidity position as an organisation would come under pressure. And that would particularly impact small and medium-sized businesses, small and medium-sized exporters in the United Kingdom.
John, I know it's difficult to generalise, but if you had to sum up what level of disruption supply chains would encounter with a no-deal Brexit, what kind of anecdote would you give us to paint a picture for how disruptive it would be?
Well, we're kind of beyond anecdotes. So Dr. Han at Imperial College London said that if each truck going through Dover, which is the main port into the European Union, into northern France, was to be delayed by 2 minutes. After one day, the queue at Dover would be 10 miles. If it was a 4-minute delay, it'd be 30 miles. For those of you who know the United Kingdom, Dartford Crossing, i.e. London, is 55 miles away. The queue would be back there within 2 days. But that's an academic doing some calculations. On March the 5th, customs officials at Calais had industrial action where essentially they stopped every truck ostensibly to check for safety and security clearance. Within 12 hours, the queue at Calais was 26 kilometres. That's not a modelling, that's an actual queue that happened. So if the trucks stop moving, then the potential for chaos is enormous. And the other exemplar or the benchmark as well is if a non-EU truck were to come into Calais today, let's say from Turkey, it would take between 30 and 40 minutes for that truck to clear customs. Also, if we were to look at the infrastructure to actually deal with customs clearance in UK ports, at the moment at Dover we have 3 booths, for want of a better word, that can actually be used to track documentation. So essentially what's going to happen if we have a day one no deal is the customs declaration will be made away from the port and frankly will then not be checked. There is no mechanism for checking that the goods that are on a lorry that have been declared away from the port can be assigned to that lorry as it passes through the port. So perversely, Brexit, which was about taking control of our borders, taking back control, to use the Leave campaign's slogan, will actually lead to a situation where there's a complete lack of control if we're going to allow trucks to keep moving. Otherwise, we're going to have these significant delays with the real economic impact on our exporters that our survey has suggested.